to prepare your 4.5mm prime Attrax, very similar to your 2mm, you just need a little bit longer. So if you want to use them on a method feeder, with our 2mm, sort of 30 seconds, whereas with these, because they're a bigger pellet, I think around about 2 minutes is absolutely perfect. So just like with our method feeder, the biggest thing I would say with these is prepare them as you're going along. So do a little batch as you're going, because the first time they dry out and you dampen them up, that's the best time where they bind the best and open up nice. Whereas the more you add to it, it's just like a sponge, you can only take on so much water and it's harder to bind, you know, the more expanded the pellet is. So with these ones, I'm just going to completely submerge them in the water, start my stopwatch and leave those for 2 minutes before I drain them off. They're absolutely perfect for our method when it's open framed feeder. Whereas if you're going to use, say, a hybrid feeder, pellet feeder, cage feeder, then you can leave them for 4 minutes and then drain them. And again, just like our 2mm, they're bind, but they open up really, really nicely. But I'd say my biggest tip when it comes to using them for your method feeder, more so than your hybrid and your pellet feeder or your cage feeder, is just do a small amount at a time, and you'll get used to roughly how many casts you're having in that time, and then you can time it so you prepare a few more. So we're on to 40 seconds, so another minute or so. And then lastly is our fully soaked pellets. So again, just like our 2.5mm Attrax, I'm just going to put some in a bait box. With these ones, with my 2mm, I don't mind doing them in the morning, but with my bigger pellets, I'd much rather do them the night before. So how many pellets you think you're going to need, allowing for that expanding a little bit. And again, completely submerge them. Don't worry about trying to get the water just level with the pellets, because they're only going to take on what they can take on, and then they'll stop taking the water on after that. So don't worry about putting too much water in it. But I think definitely putting them in a fridge, just that cold water helps sort of congeal the pellets a little bit more. So we're coming up to sort of a minute and 30 seconds, a minute and 40, 2 minutes, around that time. Again, I think it depends on how warm it is. It's quite a warm day today. The water's nice and mild. So again, I just drain the water off, and then with the last few, just do it with my fingers. One tip I will give you is, if you're preparing quite a few pellets like this, just say this is how you want to prepare them. I'm only doing a few at the moment, but if you wanted to, say, do 3 pints of them and prepare them like this, once I've drained them off, what I'd do then is get rid of the water in my ground bait bowl, you know, a nice big surface area, and just bang the pellets in. Because otherwise what will happen is that as the water drains down the pellets, the ones at the bottom are going to take on more water than the ones at the top. But to be honest, it's dead simple. Biggest thing is try and work out what you find's best for you, especially when it comes to your feeder fishing. We've come back to our pellets since I left you, and it's literally just gone 15 minutes on my stopwatch from when we first started, and our 4mm are absolutely perfect for a method now. So I wanted to show you this, because what we was talking about, just do a few as you're going along, 15 minutes and they're ready to use. So these are our 4mm. If I squeeze them, you'll be able to see just how nice they bind compared to our ones that were soaked for sort of 4 minutes for hybrid stroke cage feeder. But just to show you how I use them, I'm just going to move our bucket out of the way so we can see. So we haven't got a hook clamp, but just to show you how I attach them with my method feeder, just fill the mould up, overfill it, just so they're sort of level. Give them a thumb down once I put my hook length in it. Biggest thing with your 4mm and your micros, your 2.5mm, is don't be afraid to give it a good hard squeeze. Because again, with your open feeder, your method needs to withstand the impact when that hits the water. And pop that in within 20 seconds, 30 seconds, going to be fully opened up, and you just end up with some nice 4mm and then whatever you've got on the hook.